All right, beautiful people. What's going on? We are back. We got a special episode today with another special guest, Florida Hoop Legends. We are back for season 2. Our first episode, we had the only player of season 2. We had the only player to ever win Mr. Basketball and win Mr. Florida. That's unheard of in football. That's probably a never happen again. It's crazy, but we yeah, we got some great guests. Once again, too, shameless plug. We have the hats there on sale. We got the t-shirts there on sale. We will be in Lakeland this Saturday watching the number 1 team in the country, Columbus. Who do they play, Chris?
They probably will be playing. They play the winner of Windermere and Sarasota.
Okay.
So we're automatically telling y'all that Columbus gonna win Friday.
Columbus, yeah, Columbus definitely gonna go. But today, I'm excited about this one because I've been able to, and we got a special announcement towards the end. But I've been able to really build a genuine relationship with this man. Great spirit, great personality. Is doing something big in the basketball space here in Florida. As you know, we want to champion Florida basketball. So today, founder of U.S. Amateur Basketball, we have Jeff Foss here with us today. What's going on, Jeff?
It's another day in paradise. I appreciate
Another
being
day in
here.
paradise.
Yeah.
Nah, I love it. So let's jump right into it, man. We always like to start with who we're talking to, the person, right? Did you grow up playing basketball? Were you just a fan of it? Is basketball big in your family? Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, I mean, basketball is, as big as it gets in my family. We've got an event coming up and we've got a whole video that'll be, played at the event where you can kind of see where my heritage is from, and it's really my dad, and my dad growing up, he grew up poor. And the only thing that, that made him successful was basketball. If it wasn't for basketball, he wouldn't have gotten an education, he wouldn't have been able to be successful in business, retire, and really start what is now U.S. Amateur Basketball. So, yeah, I mean, I played basketball growing up in high school. I wasn't good enough to play, college, but I've always loved the game and started, when I was real young playing and really just, was blessed and fortunate enough to have a dad that saw this as a business and got into it at the right time. And, I've been able to try to take that legacy and carry it forward.
Oh, wow.
Where high school did you play at? Yeah, are you from Florida originally? Like, where did you play?
So, no, I mean, originally I'm from Ohio, but I played at Zephyr Hills. So I went to Zephyr Hills High School and, yeah. So moved here when I was in middle school, just starting middle school.
That's crazy. I stay like 2 miles from Zephyr Hills High School.
Yeah.
Hey, don't you coach there, Chris? Like you help with the team?
I was. A long story.
Nice.
Yeah. So how long has U.S. Amateur Basketball been running? Like how many years?
Yeah, so I mean, U.S. Amateur Basketball was we formed it in 2016, moving into the 2017 season. So we're pretty new. I was with USSSA before that. So back in the old days with travel basketball, it used to be pretty much here in the state of Florida. You had YBOA, you had AAU, and you had USSSA. And so, so my dad and Bill Hensley from Indiana, from Spiece Indy. They really started USSSA basketball and, kind of grew that thing like wildfire. So, I mean, they did a heck of a job of growing it to where we had 10,000 teams playing across the nation. So, yeah, so it kind of, I don't know what to say. We kind of butted heads a little bit with USSSA and not that they do a bad job by any means, but their focus was always softball and baseball. And so, we wanted to do something and create something that was more directed towards basketball. And so that's where U.S. Amateur came from.
Wow.
Oh, that's dope.
That's amazing.
Man, I think that's great, Jeff. Like you said, your father started it. You were able to help grow it with them. I'm big on, I love people that can have an idea and a vision and then make it come to life. But with that, it's stressful at times. Tell us about, we have viewers that, like we kind of talked about before the camera, before we started live, you know, it's a lot that goes into these things, but we hear people sometimes say, hey, you should do this tournament, you should throw this, but it's a lot comes with it. It kind of educate the people that's watching on what it takes to throw a tournament.
I mean, I heard one person give the analogy, it's like throwing a party, but you don't know how many guests are coming, you know? And that's part of it. That's part of it for sure. But, you know, to me, I don't know. I guess I would say it's like having maybe Jello or a big like glump of slime or glue or something, and you're trying to mold it, right? And it just doesn't work because everything keeps moving. And so that's a tournament for directors. You know, I got people dropping out. I got people wanting to you know, add in at the last second. I got people wanting to switch divisions, people that don't know the rules, so they got to back out. Like there's a lot that goes into like organizing it. And then, you know, we're picking up facilities for teams that we don't know if they're coming in or not. It's, I mean, from our perspective, it's a total mess, but you kind of get used to it. You know, it's like anything else. You get used to it. You know, you spend enough time doing this, you can anticipate what's going to come, what's going to happen. And then you just do the best job you can with it, you know, and, you know, a lot of times people will, you know, I shouldn't say a lot of times, but people will try to be greedy, you know, and force it too much. And that's where you're making a mistake for us. Like we try to, you know, let it happen, you know, organically. And, you know, if we get sold out, we get sold out. That's a great problem to have, you know? And so, you know, I'm dealing with that right now. And that's why we were talking about it, is I got a tournament where we're adding courts and then adding teams. And it's you know, it's chaotic, but you set a cutoff, you stick to it, and then you organize the event and communicate out, and you know, good communication solves a lot of issues. So that's, I mean, for me, that's the key. You know, state of Florida, obviously right now you got a lot of options, and that's it can be a good thing. You know, options can, you know, they can create better competition. They can create a better, you know, product for the end user, for the customer. So competition is great, but you can get to a certain point where there's too much competition, stuff gets watered down. And, you know, we see a lot of that now where, you know, you used to have these powerhouse tournaments, and now it seems like, you know, everybody's fighting over the same space, and there's, you know, there's a watered down effect going on. But
you're definitely right. What do you feel about like the stigma or the stereotype that's on, you know, those tournaments that, you know, people starting to call them, they just big money grabs and all that other stuff. But you know, some of them, like you say, y'all are offering more than just basketball to the consumer.
Yeah, I think, you know, I was lucky again, you know, that's where I'm probably a little bit different mindset than a lot of people. My dad started this as a passion, you know, and it had nothing to do with money. You know, it was just a passion to get kids better, give them a place to play, and give them a quality product. And so, you know, that's one of the things that I try to carry forward is, you know, if you come to one of my events, I'm just trying to put out a quality product. That doesn't make us perfect. Doesn't mean we're going to hit it, you know, 100% all the time. But, you know, that's our goal, is put out a quality product. And yeah, there's people in it for the wrong reasons, but, you know, there's also a lot of people that, you know, they got to make a living off this, and, you know, youth sports it's a big industry. So
huge.
You know, so I think there's a line. There's always like, you know, there's always a line you cross, and you know, there's people that definitely cross the line, and it's a big money grab, and they're trying to cut expenses wherever they can. They're trying to get you to play until, you know, 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever it is, just to, you know, pack everybody in, and you'll have games scheduled at whatever 9:30, right? But it doesn't start till 11:40 at night, because they've crammed it all together just to, you know, make the facility happy with their schedule. And so, yeah, I mean, it exists for sure. And that's where, you know, there's so much competition out there. I think teams have to do a good job vetting people, trying out different stuff, and just figure out what worked for them. Because you might be perfectly happy playing in an event that's not as structured as what ours are, and the people that love the structure. So there's something out there for everybody, for sure.
Absolutely.
No, I love that. Let's get into, we can talk about the collaboration. Our viewers know about the Six Rings firm. We have a sports marketing agency. If I could toot my own horn, we're doing a damn good job these past 5 years of not only just the business side of, we started with professional athletes first, right? So we started with professional, then we went to college, and now we're doing high school. And then now, eventually you're gonna have to start doing middle school, right? But through that process, we've able, kind of like you said with throwing the tournaments, we've been able to learn about trial and error, learn by building relationships, learn by losing relationships. So with NIL being so important right now, what made you want to start teaching it at these tournaments? Because I think it's genius. It's genius level. And you don't see it. I don't know if any tournaments are hosting, NIL type of activation or summit. So what made that cross your mind to even do a collaboration like this?
I don't know. That's where having friends that are like, they'll entertain you and entertain your crazy nature. It's amazing, because you get to brainstorm with people and to me, like, we're always looking, we want to be different. We want to provide, like I said, with our tournaments, we want to provide value. We want to give you something, that's, it's different. I mean, I love different because, it's 100% what sets you apart. So, I think that's where it came from. And really, the way marketing goes nowadays with influencers and everything, we can benefit from that. And we can give a benefit to athletes. So why not go down that road and figure out how to do that, do it the right way, make sure that we're working with somebody like yourself that does this for a living, so that we're not getting student athletes in any kind of jeopardy of losing eligibility and that kind of stuff. And, and it's a win-win for everybody at that point. So we've always tried, we've had programs in the past where we're giving back. And so, I definitely don't mind taking our customers that spend money with us and doing something to give back to some of their athletes that want to, help us promote and do stuff like that. So, I mean, that's really
it's extremely important. And I tell all our parents now, and anybody that we get hired from, we've got hired by colleges, high schools. This will be our first tournament, but we've done different activations at high schools and things like that. But I always tell people, man, it's a new age. And you get some older parents and older people like, oh, I don't like social media. Just focus on playing ball. Yes, keep the main thing, but you got to be on social media. You got to, because you have to be able to put your brand and your presence out there, not even just for the sports, but when the ball stops bouncing, it'll set you up for the future, right? Look at Shaq. When Shaq was in the league, he was rapping, making movies. He was doing everything. And now he has the General commercial. I didn't even know Shaq had ground beef. I seen him have ground beef. When you have the most attention is when you're playing sports. So that's high school, college, professional. So if you have that attention, you have to be able to utilize that. So when the ball stops dropping, now you're able to be a broadcaster, start tournaments like yourself, Jeff, start a podcast, like whatever that is. So if we can, we don't use the word if, when we educate these parents and educate these middle school, high school kids about, hey, it's important to not only create content, but parents be educated and also know you don't have to have an agent all the time. You could be a momager, a dadager. And that's why I'm so excited about the Six Rings firm and the U.S. amateur basketball collaboration, because I don't want to sign the kids. I don't care about that, right? I told you that too before, Jeff, or whomever is like, I don't care about signing these kids. But if I can teach a mom how to be a momager, or we can teach, not if, but when we teach a mom how to be a momager or a dad how to be the next LeVar Ball and be able to operate and know compliance, know a social media schedule, know how to create a template for a 30-day template on how to create content, why not, right? So you have to be here. If you know anybody that's in the Wesley Chapel area, me and Chris are USF graduates, so go Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in Tampa, you're in Wesley Chapel, not only come watch some great basketball, but come and educate yourself. We'll have these activations set up mid-afternoon. I'll be there, answering any questions. You can take photos. It's just, I don't even want to give too much out what exactly we're going to do. And my partner, Candace, she's a mad scientist mapping everything out, but I'm super excited about it. When this opportunity came on board, it was only right. And you're you're from Ohio, but now you're a Florida boy now, Jeff. We got to call you.
It
only makes sense to have you on Florida Hoop Legends. Our brand is growing extremely crazy. We have a lot of legends. Like I said, Teddy Dupay reaching out. I saw Vince Carter on the plane. He knew about the brand. Austin Rivers supports us a lot. So not only utilizing our resources that we have and seeing how we can implement that in U.S. amateur basketball someday. So I appreciate you, Jeff. I appreciate you jumping on. I know you don't do a lot of interviews, right? It's not necessarily, but thank you. Everybody, once again, how can they purchase tickets to come to the event prior to, or let people know how they can find you or register a team or whatever?
Easy. Yes. Just go to usamatteurbasketball.com. That's the best way to find everything about us.
There it is. March 15th and the 16th. Next Saturday and Sunday. Be there. I got to ask Candace. I think we're starting our activation at noon. Be there. We're going to do like a press conference. I'm going to be there pretty much all day, in and out, answering questions, shaking hands, kissing babies. We just going to be there if you're not there. And if you know me, audience, I'm energetic. I love what I do, but I know what I'm doing as well. I just don't talk. I implement it. It's Googleable. If that's a word, you can see what we do. A lot of people talk NIL. A lot of people talk branding and marketing, but they don't live it and they don't do it. But I do it because you can see it. It's right in your face. And Jeff does it as well. You see Jeff everywhere. The tournaments are everywhere. So this combination is like, what is the Transformers, and they're coming together and we're building something larger. So thank you, Jeff, for your time. Chris, anything you want to say? Anything you want to ask before we jump off?
Oh no, man. I'm just I'm excited I'm definitely gonna show up and get the experience, man.
For sure. So once again, y'all, this is a Florida Hoop Legend live edition, season 2. This is live. I don't know if we're gonna call it like in part of our episodes, but this is season 2. And we're coming with more episodes, man. We got some heavy hitters. I talked to Udonis Haslam in the DM. We got Keon Doolin ready to rock and roll. We got Teddy Dupay coming. So we got a lot of dope. Wesley Green in the championship too, right?
They just lost. They just lost.
They lost. Yep. But anyway, We'll see y'all next time. Much love from Florida Hoop Legends.